I want to talk about mindset, and I want to talk about process. And I want to share a secret with you right now. And this is probably a secret that if you had learned on your own, which I did, or somebody told you on the first day of the first week, of the first month, of the first year of doing whatever it is that you're doing, whatever business endeavor, owning your own business, working for somebody else, whatever it is, if you learn this little formula, it's a lot easier to win. But nobody talks about this. Okay. We have goals. We want to sell stuff. We want clients. We want subscribers. We want members, whatever it is. But yet we never really think about, okay, well, what are the process? What is the step-by-step process? If I boiled it down into its simplest forms, what are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps that I need to take in order to be successful? It's kind of a secret that either nobody talks about or most people, 99% of them, never figure this out. So let me walk you through the process. The process is this. Number one, step number one, you have to get somebody's attention. Step number one, I get their attention. A great way to get somebody's attention is not blasting them with an email, is not spamming their text, is not saying, if I could have 15 minutes of your time, I'd like to show you how I can improve your business or save you money or help you with this. That's not a great way to get somebody's attention. Why? That's what everybody else on planet Earth does. Okay? Unless you're a Martian beamed down to planet Earth, you ain't reading those emails. You're not falling for it. Even though you can do what? Help their business, reduce their costs, help them grow, whatever it is that you're doing. Even though you can do that stuff, getting their attention is not saying I can do that stuff. Getting their attention may sound like, hey, I've got an idea to work with a lot of businesses like yours, and I've got an idea that I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you give me a call on my mobile? 720-660-3202. Okay? Step number one, I got to get your attention. Step number two, I'm going to deliver to you, you're welcome, got a nice bow on it. I'm delivering to you, if you want to be successful, if you want to be an elite professional, if you want to make 10 times more money than you're making right now, follow these steps. Step number one, I get your attention. Step number two, I deliver to you an insight. The insight is not, hey, I can help you save money on your business. The insight is not, I can bring you leads. The insight is not, I can help you sell more, whatever the heck it is that you do. The insight is just that, an insight around a problem, around something that's going on in the industry, around something that they maybe haven't thought of. Step number two, deliver an insight. Step number one, get their attention. Step number two, deliver an insight. Step number three, monetize that insight. Okay? Monetize that insight. One of the things that we're seeing, hey, I've got an idea, Dave, that I wanted to get your opinion on. Can you give me I've got an email newsletter, okay? I'm not calling Dave and saying, hey, Dave, I've got an email newsletter. We've got one space left. If you want to get on it, I can give you a 50% discount. That's not an idea. That's not getting somebody's attention. That's spam, okay? That's not professional sales. So let's just say I've got a newsletter that I want to sell to Dave's small business. Step number one, I get Dave's attention. Hey, Dave, Matt Easton here with Easton Publishing. Work with all of the top tier. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, hey, Matt.
Yeah. I work with all of the top tier clients in the Houston market, or I manage the Houston market, or you and I are connected on LinkedIn. I'm going to let you know who I am, how we're connected. Guys, come up with a connection. I work with all the restaurants in Bozeman, Montana. Okay? Whatever it is, come up with a connection. We can talk about that later. But number one, I'm gonna get Dave's attention. Hey Dave, Matt Easton with Easton Publishing. You and I are connected on LinkedIn. Or hey Dave, Matt Easton, Easton Publishing. I manage all of the restaurants there in Bozeman, Montana. Had an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you give me a call on my mobile, 720-660-3202? Okay? I've gotten Dave's attention. Dave's gonna now call me. Dave calls me. Yeah, what was that idea? The idea is not, hey, I've got one space left on my newsletter. If you jump on it, I can give you 50% off. Okay? That's gross. That's disgusting. It's not how we operate in the pros. Hi, I'm part of the pros, and you're about to be a pro. That's not how we do things here. It's not how we play in MLB. It's not how we play in the NHL. That's not how we play in the NFL. Okay? Any of those professional leagues, we don't do it like that. That's amateur hour. We're going to go to pro hour. I'm going to deliver an insight. Yeah, hey, Dave, thanks for calling me back. So the thing I wanted to get your opinion on, one of the things that we're seeing with a lot of restaurants is they've had to double down, triple down, sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7x their spend on traditional advertising. And by traditional advertising, I mean your usual suspects, your Open Tables, your Metas, your Googles, your Facebook, all of those ads. The cost per click, meaning that person coming over to the restaurant's website, has gone up considerably. And also your ability to zero down into those right people that would book a reservation at the restaurant, and you've probably seen, has gone down. And there's a lot of noise in the market. And I was just curious to hear how you're dealing with that. What did I say about my newsletter? Zilp, zero, zilch, nada. Oh, yeah, it's an issue.
And that's a great real insight, Matt, for all of you guys. Like, it is hard to get local attention,
100%.
Ads are a pain in the ass. They're expensive. You're kind of just hoping that people see it. Whereas we have thousands of local people subscribed to our newsletter. We're getting in their inbox every morning at 6 a.m. Guaranteed impressions for your business, guaranteed attention, local attention from the people who they want to do business with.
Guys, let me ask you a quick question here. And it's rhetorical, you don't have to answer. But how do you think I came up with such a dynamite insight when I don't sell a newsletter? How did I come up with such a powerful, oh my God, he's spot on insight when I'm not in your business? I'll tell you why. Because I took 3 minutes and thought, what the hell is going on in this industry? And why are people struggling? What's the problem that I solve? And how can I let them know about what's going on? Not 3 minutes of, how can I convince people to buy my product? That is amateur hour. You are going out of business if you guys continue to think that way. Be a professional. Figure out what's going on in your industry. Figure out how you can explain to somebody in a way that a third grader would understand what's going on in their industry. And then do not try and sell them. Do not pitch your product. Ask them this. Not, is that something you're seeing? Not, I can help you with that. Dave, how are you handling that? And let the other person talk. Dave, how are you handling that?
Yeah.
Man, go ahead, Dave. How are you handling that right now?
I'm posting, I post in all the local Facebook groups 5 times a day, hoping, people in the community will see that we've got some specials and live music on the weekends.
Yeah, how's that working?
I don't know. Not too well, I guess. So maybe some people are seeing it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the things, and by the way, you're not doing anything wrong, but I work with a lot of restaurant owners, and they're telling me the same thing, right? They're offsetting or augmenting the spend that they're spending on their traditional advertising with either themselves going through that, or they've hired somebody. In some cases, they're using a third-party social media manager to post. But it's interesting that you said that, and that's one of the things I wanted to get your opinion on. They're not able to really put their arms around, is this really even working? I mean, they're not seeing a tremendous uptick to where they're like, I'm booked for 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. It sounds like you're in that position.
Yeah, we just don't know how to, get in front of people locally without all the stuff, via all the traditional media companies. It's just not working. Like, newspaper ads are expensive. It's here this, tomorrow morning and gone and evaporated. We need kind of a consistent stream of attention for our business.
Mm-hmm. Totally get it. Just out of curiosity, Dave, where are you guys at with the restaurant right now in terms of top line revenue coming into the restaurant for the year? Where do you want to be?
I mean, overall, we're fine in terms of overall top line revenue, but what we really want to do is try to fill our very slow nights, Mondays and Tuesdays. Doing that would help us really, give our revenue in general a big bump.
And how much of a bump?
Losing out on those nights.
Yeah, how much of a bump would that be? Like how are the reservations on? What'd you say, Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, over the course of a year, adding, another 10 to 15 reservations, on a Monday or Tuesday night is a considerable amount of income.
Ballpark, what does that mean over the course of the year?
About $100,000.
Got it. How far off are you on Monday, Tuesdays right now? Are you 80% full? Are you 10% full? Are you 50% full?
What it kind of feels like is we don't have control. There's nights when it's busier, some weeks. Other weeks it's just totally dead. Sometimes it's okay. It feels like we don't have control over those nights.
All right, so if we can get you control over Monday, Tuesday, we're going to pick up another 100K. Any room for, and I realize you're happy with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but do you have any appetite there? Do you have any room where you could get some additional?
We have live entertainment. So, on the weekends, bringing more people in, obviously will increase our top line revenue. Being able to sell more at the bar, more food, always helps.
Yeah, for sure. So if we can pick up 100K by filling the seats Monday and Tuesday, how much more is available if we optimize Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It could be considerable. Exact dollar amount, I'm not sure, but...
Would you say it's twice as much as Monday, Tuesday, the same, more? What are your thoughts there?
I mean, out over the course of a quarter or 6 months or a year, it can be considerable. I could say it could be another $100,000 or so over the course of an entire year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bringing more people in on the weekends to enjoy the live entertainment, and then obviously purchase more at the bar, purchase more food. It all adds up over time.
Now, if Dave had called me, or Dave was an inbound lead, I would ask Dave at this point what research he had done on us. However, this is a totally cold lead. So I'm going to say, hey Dave, so what have you heard about us? What have you heard about Easton Publishing? I don't care what the answer is. He can say, I've heard of you guys. He can say, I checked your LinkedIn before I called you back. Or he can say, I don't know anything. That's okay. I just want to know where he's at in his level of information of me and my business. Dave, what do you know about us?
Well, I know I get your email newsletter every morning. I like reading it. It's informative. And I know it's going out to people in our community in the area that we serve. So what I'm wondering is, how can I get my business in your newsletter to get in front of more people in our community?
Yeah, I mean, and that's something, based on everything that you're telling me, Dave, I'm not sure if it's for you, but you might be a perfect fit, because with the Monday and Tuesday, if we can fill those slots, we're at an additional 100 grand there. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let's call it another 100K there. So there's 200K on the line in top line revenue for the business. One of the things that's really interesting about us, and why I wanted to get your opinion on the traditional marketing channels going up in spend, and that hear how you're handling that. And I love how you're handling it, by the way, with the social media. A lot of our clients have seen the same thing where there's not a lift there. I'm not telling you to stop doing that, but at the end of the day, it's not going to get us that 200K. What we're able to do is a newsletter blast. How that's able to help you get the 200K is that's going to augment the spend that you traditionally have. It's a different channel, okay? And although we're doing great things with social media, It's a very noisy environment. Although you're spending more and more with Facebook, aka Meta, with Google, with TikTok, with all of the ads that you're running, those are also very noisy channels. And what we found is if you're able to connect in more of a one-to-one environment like a newsletter, it's almost the same, not as good, I'll be totally honest, not as good as you picking up the phone and calling everybody in town and saying, hey, it's Dave with Benders. Wanted to let you know Monday and Tuesday are great nights. We'd love to have you if you're thinking about bringing the family by. Tuesday night's kids night, because maybe I did some research on Dave's website before I came into this call. Tuesday night's kids night. We'd love to have the family here. Although that would be awesome, that's also impossible for you to do, because you can't call all of Dayton, Ohio, right? What we can give you is the next best thing. The ability for you to reach out to them through our newsletter, let them know that Tuesdays are family nights, let them know that Monday's a great night. Actually remind them when we have newsletters go out on Monday mornings, remind them that you're ready to have them come and have dinner that night. And then on other newsletters, we can let them know about the live entertainment. We can let them know about the events you have. We can make you top of mind in terms of entertainment through the week, bringing the family there on Tuesday, and getting those seats filled on Monday. Based on everything you're telling me, I'm pretty confident that we can make a pretty significant dent, if not capture this 200 grand that you're missing out on right now. Does it make sense to get you on our next blast for the newsletter? Okay, let's go ahead.
I love it. I mean, that's amazing. I think too, taking a business owner through that exercise, and giving them an insight and kind of just digging into what they're doing and what they're trying to do, gives us a lot of power. We have a lot of power too as operators. We're nimble. Like we can do things that traditional media companies can't do. We can make decisions. We can try different things, different types of content in the newsletter. So you can use that same approach when you get that information from that business owner and they're telling you these answers. You can say, hey, listen, I have an idea that might be really interesting for you. And you can be flexible and nimble and maybe come up with a type of offering for that business specifically that really works for them based upon the answers that they gave you.
100%.
It shows listening, that you really care about them and what they're getting out of spending their advertising and marketing dollars with you. And I think that makes a big difference compared to many other types of newspaper and traditional media salespeople who might approach them.
Yeah, let's walk through, because this is important. I don't want to gloss over the secret here, but let's finish these steps in the secret. Let's make it simple for you. Almost completely simple, but you're still going to have to take the steps, okay? Step number 1, I'm going to get the prospect's attention. That's not saying I've got a special. That's not saying I've got a promotion. That's not saying if you give me 5 minutes of your time, I'd like to tell you what we do. Okay? I'm going to get their attention. I've got an idea I want to get your opinion on. Hi, it's Matt Easton, founder of Easton University. You and I are connected on LinkedIn. I've got an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile, 720-660-3202? Okay? When they call you back. Hey, Matt, yeah, what's going on? By the way, if they don't call you back, put them, we have sustainable pipelines for a reason, guys, at Easton University. Sustainable pipeline. I'm going to call Dave next month with the same message. Don't worry about having to come up with a different message. I'm going to constantly refresh. I'm not going to call Dave every day. I'm not going to be a pest. Listen to my tonality. Hey Dave, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University. You and I are connected on LinkedIn. Hey, I've got an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Could you give me a call on my mobile, 720-660-3202? Okay, I got Dave's, whoa, who is this guy? I guess we're connected. I've got Dave's attention. Now I'm going to deliver an insight. If I was selling newsletters, like in this case, if I was selling newsletters, the insight is, man, restaurants like you, what we found is, what our clients have found is their cost for advertising has skyrocketed. In some cases, they're paying 300, 400, 500% in ad spend. They're doing additional things outside of ad spend, and their overall bookings have gone down. Okay? I'm going to deliver that insight. Then I'm going to say, how are you handling that? Or how are you dealing with this? That's going to open up a discussion. As we open up the discussion, what I did here was I monetized. I monetized the situation with Dave. Well, we're doing pretty good. And notice what Dave said in that role play. Oh, I'm good on top line revenue. Thanks, Dave, for making it extra hard for me. But that's real. I'm telling you, people aren't as difficult as Dave was. They're actually a lot easier. They'll be like, man, we did $4 million last year. I want to make 6. But if you notice what Dave said was, I'm happy with top line revenue. What did I say? Not, oh, okay, thanks, bye. Right? Okay, well, where do you want to get better? Right? 2 Mondays and Tuesdays. I then monetize that. $100,000. Your newsletter does not cost $100,000. We're on the right track. Then I said, is there any other days? Well, no, not really, just those. Right? What if we were to add up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? What would that be? We bounced around. There's another 100 grand. I have now monetized. There's $200,000 restaurant, there speak, that David's leaving on the table. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is tie everything back into the insight. By the way, we are now how many steps into this? I got Dave's attention. I delivered an insight. We monetized it. We are 3 freaking steps. If we're climbing Everest, base camp, camp 1, camp 2, camp 3, we're breathing bottled oxygen at this point. And I have not done what? Talked about my newsletter, talked about my price, talked about my subscription base, talked about all of the stuff in my products. Because we're not there yet. When you slow down the process in the beginning, when you go to Nepal, hang out a little bit at the high level of base camp, right? Why do they hang out at base camp? Because they need to freaking get acclimated, okay? Then they go to camp 1. Why do they hang out at camp 1 for 2 weeks? Because they need to get acclimated. Why do they hang out at camp 2 for 3 days? Because they need to get acclimated. We are getting acclimated. We are climbing Everest. I'm going to summit this son of a gun, right? I'm going to close this deal. That involves me being skillful, not me being high pressure, not me spamming Dave, not me saying, hey, if I could just have 5 minutes of your time, sure would like it if I could summit your Everest. That doesn't work. And if it works for you guys, knock it off, because it works despite the fact that you're doing it, not because of the fact that you're doing it. So I've monetized, okay? Step 3. Now step 4. I'm going to close. How am I going to close? I'm going to close by saying, hey, Dave, because of the fact that you said, it came out of Dave's mouth, not mine, you're leaving 200 grand on the table. I believe we can capture most of that, if not all of that, through the newsletter. I walked through how we're going to do that. Does it make sense to get you on the newsletter? Dave says, awesome. Congratulations, you made a great decision. What happens next? I'm going to send you over a link, contract. I don't care what it is. Don't go through the specifics until you get Dave to agree to do the thing you want him to do. Congratulations, you made a great decision. What happens next? Okay, I'm going to close. That's step 4. Okay, now step 5. What? We closed. Not all the time, guys. We don't close. So, hey, Dave, does it make sense to you? No, not right now. Right? Step 5. Be NSO. Next step obsessed. Totally understand. What's a good next step? Right? Oh, not right now. We're just tapped on revenue. Okay? I hear you. The best thing you can say is, I hear you, I understand. Okay? I hear you. Even throw in an I get it. Right? Don't double down on their negativity. Oh yeah, times are tough for me too. Right? Don't go down that road. I hear you. What's a good next step? And wait for them to answer. Well, I mean, my daughter's running the social. Let me just bounce it around with her over the weekend. Makes perfect sense. Hey, I just want to make sure I'm clear on something with the newsletters. These are time sensitive. We have a limited amount of space. And of course, once it goes, it goes. You can't bring it back. We don't have a DeLorean to travel in time. If we miss this blast that's coming up on Friday, I'm more than happy to find the next best slot for you. Next best, right? This is elite level skillful salespeople. This is not elite level skillful manipulation. Because I just told you something that was true, but I told it to you in a way that is skillful. I'm going to repeat that because it's really important. I teach people to tell people things that are true. If you miss out on this blast, we'll get you the next best one. That is a skillful way of saying it. Why? Nobody wants next best. And in your head, you guys visualized missing out on that blast. But here's the unskillful way of saying that's something that's true. Hey Dave, you want to do this? Come on, it's 200 grand, man. Come on, it's only $150 to do the blast. Come on, man. You can afford it. You don't need to think about it. You don't need your daughters. Do you get your daughter's permission whenever you buy steaks for the restaurant? Ow! Dave, why'd you hit me? Because you're an asshole. That's why I hit you, right? Be skillful. Totally get it, Dave. Makes perfect sense. I just want to make sure I'm clear on something. Okay, the blast, we need to have everybody in line for the blast by Friday. I understand that you want to talk it over with your daughter over the weekend. I get it. I just want to be clear on something. If we don't pull the trigger on this before Thursday afternoon, we'll miss out on Friday's blast. No sweat. I will work with you when we have availability down the road, get you on the next one. Fair enough? Well, I want to get on this one. That's why I had recommended that we do it so we can get well on our way to capturing that 200 grand. Does it make sense to do it? I mean, there's no commitment. Once you talk to your daughter, if you guys want to not participate in future ones, you could do that as well. And you'd also have the data from that blast when you speak with her. Yeah, that's a good plan. Let's do that. Congratulations, you made a great decision. What happens next? Listen to my voice. Do I sound like this? No, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected, right? Yeah, I just want to wait. Totally get it. Well, it's a good next step for me. I'm going to talk to her over the weekend. Call me next week. Makes perfect sense. I'll call you Tuesday if I haven't heard from you before then. We'll get you on that next best blast. Fair enough? Sure, yeah, talk to you Tuesday. Awesome. What's a good next step for me? I don't know. Makes perfect sense. Totally understand. You got a lot. How about we do this? I'll call you Friday the 5th if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Right? If you guys can just learn these steps, get somebody's attention. Deliver an insight that's valuable to them, whether they do business with you or not. Wow, that Mac guy's pretty smart. Wow, I didn't think of that. Why didn't I think of that? Because you're running a restaurant, right? I get it, right? I would burn anything I cooked. There's no way I could order food. This is the kind of stuff. Getting butts in seats, embarrassingly enough, that's what I think about all night long, right? I think about this stuff so you don't have to. I'm delivering an insight. Even if he doesn't do business with me, if I start the relationship by delivering that insight, they're going to take my call from now until the end of time because I deliver value when I talk to them. Then I'm going to monetize the problem or monetize the result that they want to achieve. In Dave's case, it was $200,000. Okay, now I'm going to close without being pushy or manipulative by asking Dave if he thinks it makes sense to sign up for my newsletter so we can capture the 200 grand. Okay, I'm at step 4. If Dave says no, I'm going to be next step obsessed. Got it? What's a good next step? I don't know. Point the question at yourself. What's a good next step for me? If they still don't know, set a god dang next step. I'll call you Friday if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Guys, if you follow these steps, you will make 10 times more money than you even thought you could. If you work in sales and you need to make twice as much money as you do right now to really enjoy your life, you've really only got 3 options. Option number 1, you can continue to work your butt off in the job you have right now, hoping for some sort of miracle to happen, where you start taking home double the money while doing things the exact same way you do them right now. That's pretty unlikely. Or option number 2, you could look for another job at a totally different company, hoping you're going to catch some sort of once-in-a-lifetime wave where sales just seem to flow your way. All right, again, highly unlikely, and we both know waves in sales, well, they don't last very long. Or option number 3, you can click the button here and get instant access to a simple, straightforward sales process that will help you take home twice as much money as you do right now while putting in far less effort than you do today. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, the most effective sales coaching system in the world. If you click the button, you're going to see how our interactive sales coaching portal and weekly live coaching sessions with me will help you double your income within 60 days. Easton University is more than an interactive sales coaching portal. It's more than being able to ask me questions in a live setting every single week. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Click the button. I will see you on the other side. Your life is about to get a lot better. Click through now.